Welcome to my YouTube channel. Book summary: The Silicolonization of the World is Technology Reshaping or Colonizing Our World. In The Silicolonization of the World, Éric Sadin explores how Silicon Valley's entrepreneurial culture, rooted in technology, is reshaping global society. He criticizes the increasing commodification of privacy and a dehumanized vision of society, propagated by this new technological civilization. According to Sadin, this transformation, though presented as positive and innovative, is essentially a form of mental colonization, leading to a loss of individual autonomy. The myth of Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is often seen as a symbol of creativity, innovation, and technological success. However, Sadin reminds us that its roots are deeply embedded in the countercultural movements of the 1960s, marked by social movements and radical ideas. This environment fostered a new kind of entrepreneurship, where risk-taking and experimentation was celebrated. Iconic figures like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates built their success by combining technological innovation with social change. Despite this progressive image, Silicon Valley has also birthed an intensive production model and a corporate culture marked by power imbalances. This paradox between the promise of social revolution and systematic exploitation is central to Sadin's critique. The victims of technological expansion. The author also draws attention to the victims of this rapid technological expansion. Behind the image of innovative and accessible products, Sadin highlights the precarious working conditions in developing countries, where labor is often exploited to keep prices low. This dynamic mirrors the practices of the large textile industries and exposes a form of modern slavery hidden behind the veneer of innovation. Artists are not spared either by this digital revolution. The free access to creative works, encouraged by technology, threatens copyright and weakens the economy of creators. For Sadin, this trend endangers cultural diversity, replacing quality with standardized mass consumption. The illusion of creativity. Another key point in the book is Sadin's analysis of what he describes as false creativity. According to him, young Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, despite their image of genius, often merely replicate existing ideas. Concepts like Uber or connected devices do not represent revolutions but are fleeting responses to immediate needs, lacking depth or a sustainable vision. This dynamic, where speed and profitability take precedence over originality, leads to the standardization of ideas. The cool startup model, characterized by calculated nonchalance and a falsely rebellious aesthetic, ends up reproducing a rigid framework, limiting true innovation. The colonization of the world by the Siliconian mindset. One of the most troubling phenomena, according to Sadin, is the global spread of the Silicon Valley model. Many major cities try to replicate this dynamic by creating their own tech hubs. For the author, this widespread mimicry not only reveals the growing influence of Silicon Valley but also a loss of originality in new economies. Authentic innovation seems stifled by this singular model, which values speed and profitability over reflection and creativity. Speed versus reflection. Sadin highlights the impact of the digital world's speed on the depth of thought. The fast-paced production logic that characterizes startups contrasts with the slow pace necessary for critical and humanistic reflection. This speed generates disposable inventions, meant to disappear as quickly as they appear, creating a dispersion of ideas. The author warns against introducing these principles in areas like education, where focus and perseverance are essential for learning. Psychological and social consequences. Finally, Sadin addresses the harmful effects of technologies on mental health and human relationships. Constant access to information and dependence on screens result in what he calls real-time neurosis, a cognitive overload that weakens emotional and social balance. This dependence on technology also affects family and personal life, increasing risks of isolation, anxiety, and relational breakdowns. The Silicon Valley entrepreneurial model, with its glorification of rapid success, also fosters an exacerbated form of egocentrism. Social media, in particular, reinforce this obsession with image and recognition, at the expense of authentic human interactions. The convergence of technology and privacy. The modern era is marked by the proliferation of connected devices, apps, and technologies that shape our daily lives. However, the rise of these tools raises growing concerns about privacy protection. In a hyper-connected world, our digital activities are traceable, threatening the very notion of confidentiality. Public debates often focus on managing personal data, creating an illusion of control over what we share. Yet, this illusion is deceptive. Feeling reassured about the security of their information, users tend to integrate these technologies even further into their lives, ignoring that these connected objects are far from harmless. They scrutinize and record our behaviors to turn us into commercial targets. Thus, technology invades our lives under the guise of improving our daily existence, but it subtly operates an intrusive encroachment. The Siliconian example, the erosion of work-life boundaries. One of the most visible manifestations of this technological intrusion is found in Silicon Valley companies. They have designed a work model that almost entirely abolishes the boundary between professional and personal life. In these environments, everything is designed to encourage employees to work continuously. Cafeterias, relaxation spaces, and even facilities for employees' families create an atmosphere where work is omnipresent. Wi-Fi on public transport and supposedly relaxed working weekends are examples. This model raises an essential question: where is the right to disconnect? Individuals find themselves trapped in a constant flow of professional activities, and the line between work and personal life gradually disappears. Automation and virtualization. A philosophically contestable vision. Silicon Valley's dream is not limited to optimizing work, it also aspires to automate society. Technologies such as virtual reality, robotics, or remote connectivity are often praised for their ability to lighten the human workload by automating tasks or even assisting vulnerable populations. However, this vision raises deep philosophical questions. The automation of society and the reduction of humans to assisted tasks alter our very conception of life in society. Replacing real-life experiences, whether medical, cultural, or educational, with digital experiences diminishes the richness of sensory experience. Behind the quest for perfection lies the risk of losing control over our lives, where every action is planned and calculated by machines. This raises the question: what does it truly mean to be human in an automated world? The commodification of human experience. The omnipresence of connected objects is driven by an economic logic. These technologies are designed to facilitate our lives but primarily to turn us into perpetual consumers. Every object, from the connected toothbrush to the smart bed, is designed to analyze our behaviors and steer us toward commercial products or services. This commodification of human experiences transforms our daily lives into a space where every action, every need, becomes an opportunity for consumption. The ultimate goal is to make spending and consumption omnipresent, invisible, and automatic, at the expense of individual freedom and critical thinking. A transition to a techno-liberalist civilization. Beyond simple connected objects, a profound societal change is taking place. We are transitioning from a humanistic civilization, centered on autonomy and human relationships, to a techno-liberalist civilization, where technology guides our choices and interactions. This transition poses a philosophical challenge. Humans are increasingly assisted in tasks they once performed independently or through interaction with others. In this new era, trust is placed in machines at the expense of human capacities. While automation may seem more reliable, it deprives individuals of the opportunity to make choices, learn from mistakes, and develop their own judgment. Technological personalization and ethical limits. Technological advancements push the personalization of the human experience even further, sometimes simulating the personalities of the deceased in robots. These developments raise crucial ethical questions. Are we ready to consider the human mind as nothing more than a set of algorithms? By pushing the boundaries of technological assistance ever further, we risk crossing a threshold where technology replaces humanity itself. This prompts us to rethink the values we want to preserve in this era of digital transformation. Conclusion: reconciling technological opportunities and human challenges. The rise of new technologies undeniably presents exceptional opportunities, but it is essential to adopt them with discernment. Automation, ubiquitous connectivity, and the commodification of our lives pose deep civilizational challenges. We must be vigilant against the technological intrusion into our daily lives, which risks replacing humans with machines and transforming our interactions into mere commercial transactions. Éric Sadin offers a nuanced analysis of Silicon Valley. While it symbolizes innovation and technological potential, it also imposes a dehumanized model that standardizes and weakens social structures. The challenge of the future is to reconcile these two aspects, promoting ethical technology centered on humans while limiting the influence of a mentality focused on speed and profit, often at the expense of creativity and collective well-being. In short, humans need clear boundaries between work and personal life, between connected living and moments of disconnection. This vigilance is essential to preserve our autonomy, freedom, and humanity in an increasingly technological world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.